Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here with another Master Duel video for you. Another viewer special coming at you. We got number 21 this time around. And this time I decided to feature some games from the Link event. So we can see some more gameplay. Because I did show off a little bit of Pure Tri-Brigade as well as Salamangreats. But there were a few other decks, of course, that were definitely more than viable for the event. And I just wanted to show some more of those off. And of course, the main reason for wanting to show these games is why I like to host the viewer special in the first place. So if you've never seen one of these videos and are wondering what the viewer special is all about, basically what it comes down to is I like to, about once a week, typically once a week actually, I will feature gameplay from you all the viewers. I'll feature your replays, so that way, there's a number of reasons I like to do it. The main, first and foremost, being that this channel, I really do like to treat it as a kind of collaborative effort with you all, and because I kind of feel like it is that way, honestly. You know, when I first started posting these videos and started getting advice about gameplay in the comments, I was like, this is actually super insightful and is definitely very significantly improving my gameplay much more quickly than if I had just, you know, been playing and kept, you know, trying to figure out the same mistakes on my own. You know, I've often said, and I very much believe that, you know, in order to improve, not just in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not even just in games necessarily, but just in anything, it's better to watch other people, observe other people who are doing it as well. And it's, I think, best to observe multiple people who are doing it, not just like following one person necessarily. So another reason I like to feature you all on the channel here is just to, you know, have that diversity of gameplay, not just decks, but gameplay as well. And of course, you know, I very much like to feature everyone's gameplay just because again, just for all the what I feel is a collaborative effort here. I think it's definitely like only fair that you all get your sort of a chance to shine as well there. So, yeah, if you're wondering how to submit games, if you're interested in submitting a game, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. If you go ahead and check out the description, you will find a link to my Twitter page. If you click that and go to my profile there, I have a pinned tweet right at the top where you can reply to that with your replay. I kind of like to keep it there mostly because it's like one nice spot where I can just go and look for all the responses there. Makes it just easier to organize. But if you don't have a Twitter, that's totally fine. Your other option is you can go ahead and go to the comments of this video below and drop your replay information there as well. As far as the information I'm looking for your 9-digit player ID. That's going to be this number here. That's like, you know, 3 sets of 3 numbers. You'll want to make your replays public. That's a very important step in the process, as if your replays are not publicly saved, I will not be able to view them. So definitely make sure they are saved publicly there. And yeah, when you're leaving your comment or tweet, it's helpful to include, if you want me to view like one particular replay, leave the date and time, and that way I know which particular game you want me to take a look at. It's also helpful to include a little blurb about the game, right? It could be even something as simple as like, I played this deck versus this deck. Just so I have just a little bit of information going into it as well. Yeah, I think that about covers the basics there. As far as, oh, I did see a couple of people this recent time around who had submitted games before were submitting other ones, but I didn't necessarily see them submit your player IDs. I'm definitely, of course, down to feature players who have submitted already. I've done it, you know, I do it very frequently, as well as I also work in people who have never submitted as well. But even if you submitted already, make sure you're still including your player ID, please. Just because I don't like necessarily always have that like saved. So just make sure that we're always throwing the ID, all that information in there. Just so I can make sure that your games get featured there. Without further ado, let's go and take a look at some Link event games from you all. Alrighty, so our first duel comes to us from Yusef, who is no stranger to the viewer special. I've featured him, I think, once or twice, at least once before. I think it's been twice. But, yeah, Yusef always has some pretty good duels for us, and this time we've got a, wow, is it this one here? Yeah, 15 turns game against, playing Salamangreats versus Sky Strikers. So, Sky Strikers was actually another deck that I did consider featuring on the channel, playing myself in the Link event here. But ultimately decided I just was going to have more fun with Tri-Brigades and Salamangreat, so just decided to play those instead here. Let's see, looking at our hand here, this isn't an awful hand. It depends on what this Foxy gets, really, with the Excavate here. Oh, no. This is definitely one of those moments where, I don't know, I guess Flame Buffalo being a Salamangreat wouldn't have really helped there anyway, but there have been a lot of moments where I've been playing where I'm like, really, Flame Buffalo isn't a Salamangreat monster? Oof, and they've even got the Ash for the Balinks here. Normally, that's usually fine. It kind of depends on the hand, but if you have the option to negate the Ash against the Balinks, it really does depend on the hand, because there are some hands where I'm totally fine letting an Ash Blossom like that resolve. Okay, opponent's going to start with an upstart and then pass back to us. Wow, what could their hand look like? I wish in replays you had an option to see the opponent's hand. I mean, it's got to be all response cards, right? That's kind of given. It's kind of a given based on the fact that they Ash, you know, and then didn't do anything, and now they're max seeing, so. Fortunately, we did have, what was it, we had an Ash Blossom, of course, for the Maxi there, going into another Balinks to get that Salamangreat Sanctuary. That way we can set up the Sunlight Wolf. Or maybe we're even playing like Heat Leo. I guess I could look at the extra deck here. Oh, yeah, we're playing the Heat Leos as well, although Heat Leo is not particularly useful in this this exact situation here. In any case, yeah, we got the Circle now for the Gazelle. Gazelle obviously being like, you know, pretty much just the best monster in this deck. As far as like getting your plays going and stuff. Ooh, we get to add back the Ash Blossom. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a nice, you know, even though we already had an Ash Blossom in hand, you may think we might not need it. Ooh, they had the Nibiru. It's still nice to have it just as like a, not even necessarily a flex, but you know, there's definitely some merit to letting your opponent know specifically what kind of response you've got. It'll definitely mess with their head and affect like how they play for sure. So yeah, it looks like we're really close to that update jammer into access code OTK, but alas, they did have a Nibiru right at the end there, so I can throw this extra Ash Blossom with the side at mining here, going for the Salamangreat Foxy. Let's see if we end up excavating. Oh, we got a Gazelle. That's actually, well, actually, is that relevant? Yeah, because we're going to link away and then we can special the Gazelle, so that's actually super relevant. So Gazelle actually would have been fine earlier too when I said it wouldn't have been, right? I think so, because you could have just linked away whatever it was you were going to summon. Well, in any case here. Gonna link climb once again. It's like up to the Sunlight Wolf once again. Ugh, a call by. Wow, it never ends sometimes, huh? As far as just like responses go. Of course, again, given our opponent's hand and how they've been playing, it's pretty easy to see that their hand is nothing but disruption. They don't actually have any gas of their own, so alright, let's see what we got going here. Is this the this is the transcode talker. Excuse me. Oh, we can still bring back the update jammer. Oh man, the Veiler, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. But we can actually still get this update jammer again, can't we? Can Splash Mage, yeah, Splash Mage. Oh wait, no, because we bring the monster back in defense mode, so Splash Mage can't get it back. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, no, there goes the update jammer OTK. I'm pretty sure we don't have any other way to bring that monster back out of the graveyard. I saw them going for a Link 3 and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's the case, but then again I also knew this duel is 15 turns, so I was like, that's definitely not going to be lethal there. But it looks like our Sky Striker opponent here is using the new card back. I don't really know what to think of it. I mean, I think it's obviously, it's cool that there's like a changing card back, but nah, I like designs more than like actual like graphic art when it comes to like sleeves in general, whether it's actually, you know, in real life or digital. So I like the Link blue sleeves from the Link event here. I think they look really crisp and clean. I think that's pretty rad. So yeah, I've been using those, and I tend to rock those on pretty much every single deck. So okay, now looks like we're going for the Heat Leo here. Getting our card draw. Nice, nice. That's too bad. I think we pretty much... Did we already use Circle? No, we haven't used Circle yet this turn. We're just about to set one. That's what I was kind of thinking of there. Okay, Circle for the Spiny. No, we're starting the Veiler and then going to battle phase, huh? Yeah, I was gonna say, opponents evenly is fine. So the Veiler, I'm trying to think of why we normal summon that. Were you thinking about going into access code and then decided not to? Interesting. Well, in any case here, triple tactic talents is definitely gonna get hit hard. Yeah, I can talk. Going to get hit hard by this Ash Blossom. And the opponent's just gonna have to pass back to us, and yeah, we're able to pretty much like continuously draw multiple cards per turn here with the Decode Talker Heat Soul. This Heat Soul is a really nice card. I like it a lot. Yes, going into the Flame Buffalo for the Banelinks. Presumably pitching the other Buffalo to get that sweet draw too. Let's see, mining. Yeah, I was gonna say, we already used mining this turn, so no using it again this turn. Alright, well, that definitely is not ideal that the opponent's got the Nibiru on board, but then they didn't battle? What? Wait, what? We didn't battle. That's interesting. I wonder why you would not attack there. Huh. I couldn't tell you, honestly. Alright. I mean, we definitely take those, but it's definitely more than a little bit confusing, in my opinion, but in any case. Okay, so we're going into yet another Sunlight Wolf. So Jack, getting the Ash Blossom back. Very nice, very nice. Okay, bouncing, get the Jack Jaguar back to the hand. Okay, here is the access code. Alright, now it's coming down. Gotcha. Okay, face down with another evenly. Definitely good thing we got rid of it this early. Excuse me. Some water here. Oh, if the Imp. So I'm seeing why this game took 15 turns now. Yeah, they improved it down to 2300. Used their last card, the Dino Wrestler, but looks like we've got enough gas in hand to deal with this stuff. Well, we actually do need a little bit more gas because our hand is mostly disruption, not even gas. And it looks like it's even more disruption from there. Let's see, Jack Jaguar going into Balinks. Okay, so that's for 2300. Alright, looks like, yeah, I was gonna say, we're coming up on the last turn here, gonna be our next turn. It makes sense given the current board state. Our opponent's in total top deck mode, but wow, they actually ripped one of their best top decks to get, which is Pot of Avarice. Oh, but we have the Ash Blossom that we added back, of course, so that Pot of Avarice that would have actually been a fantastic top deck otherwise, actually just not going to do anything here, as they are forced to just pass back to us, so. Here's 35, we're going for what, 4100, right? Oh, here we go. That's just exact lethal. I was like trying to figure out. I thought we were a couple hundred off, but like, nope, that was actually just exact lethal. So, yeah, thanks for submitting that duel there, Yusuf. GG's to you and to your opponent. And yeah, 15 turns back and forth. We love to see it. All right, let's go take a look at the next duel. Alrighty, so this next duel is submitted to us from Ferris here. And Ferris is going to be featuring a game where they play at Ignister versus Code Talkers. At Ignister actually being yet another deck I was considering trying for the festival here, but then of course, like I said, I just completely got obsessed with Tri-Brigades and decided to just play that instead, so. Right, looks like we're taking the first turn here. Although this hand unfortunately does not look like, yeah, it's got much, if any, combo pieces, so. I'm just going to end up passing back to the opponent here. This was definitely much more of a going second hand here. Opponent's going to lead with Lady Debug. I definitely agree with the Ash Blossom here. I usually don't mind Ash Blossoming in effect if it consumes their normal summon, but that's not always the case. Obviously, like Branded Despia, you usually don't want to do that against Aliber there, so. Okay, I was gonna see what they discarded with Synapse Mining. It was the Dotscaper here. Gotcha. Ah yes, good old vanilla Code Talker, which is then going to go into the Transcode Talker. I'm actually not super duper familiar with Code Talker's combo lines. Like, I definitely played against Code Talker before. But, okay, yeah, this looks familiar. Them transcoding out just a bunch of, like, other stuff that's going to give you attack points anyway. But, alright, using Lightning Storm in the back row. What was it again? Is an Imperm. Okay, it's most likely going to be an Imperm there, just given, you know, probability and all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, looks like we've got our Ignister plays going. Does it seem like either of the opponent's last two cards are responses? I guess one of them could still be a Nibiru, but we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it for sure. But at this point, at least they're not, you know, negating everything, so. Alright, and then yeah, because we've already got the island, we can use Picari to add A idols, or either idols reborn. Idol reborn. Alright, continue with our main combo line here. Got the special summon into the Wicked. We add the Boru. We get our own Transcode Talker. Alright, here we go for, yeah, the Dark Templar, I was going to say. I'm pretty sure that was what came next. It's actually been a little minute since I've played with Ignister, so I had a little bit of a time just remembering the exact combo line. That's why I went quiet for a minute there. I was trying to remember exactly how the rest of the combo line played out. But, ooh, nice. With the Fighting Spirit, we even got to get an extra material out there. Alright, there it is. I believe this should be, yep, the Link 6 Rival Cybers at Ignister for 5k? 5k, yep, 5,000 attack points. Using Splash Mage, presumably, as the Link 2 there. And then, yeah, we take the damage ourselves during the end phase. That's totally fine because, you know, we got our towers out, quote unquote, our towers. For those of you who are wondering what that means, that's refers to Apocryphal Towers, which is a big monster that is unaffected by card effects. So, big monsters that are unaffected by card effects tend to be called towers. Oh, good thing we had the effect negation for that access code there. Otherwise, that would not have been pretty. That is why it tends to be best to go for a 6k attack Rival Cybers, so that, you know, access code, which is a very common card, is unable to get over it. But opponent actually had 2 here. Wow. I mean, I guess if you're playing Code Talkers, that does kind of make sense, but still, that's a bit extra, a little bit extra potentially. Although maybe it's pretty standard in Code Talkers, so to play 2, I'm not sure. Okay, so fortunately this won't be like lethal, but definitely still is a scarier board and more damage than I would like to be staring down right now. Especially given that you know, we just lost the Rival Cybers in the board state that was yeah, just generally keeping us safe from our opponent here. So. Okay, here is the Ignister Island. We're going to go for the Doyon at Ignister here, adding the Picari. And now the Picari at Ignister joins us, adding an AI, or it's, I always want to say AI, it's I meet you. Is how I've seen people say that it's pronounced, is it's like I. You just kind of like over enunciate the, well, the I in the word I. The one letter word, yeah, great. In any case here, ooh. Is this, what is this we're going for? Oh, this is access code, okay. Oh, but with the Rival Cybers, is it going to have like 10,000 attack points? Or like 83. Nah, opponent didn't even let us finish them off. Yeah, that would have been a really cool Rival Cybers, so. Yeah, definitely thank you for submitting that game for us very much. Let's go and take a look at one more before we go to the end here. Oh my god. This is actually, wow, I'm pretty sure Shibi Texas, you were our first you were Yusuf's opponent, weren't you? I just realized that. I didn't even pick that up until I went to go view your replay just now. But yeah, it looks like you, because yeah, you're piloting Sky Striker. How about that? Looks like you have a game where you were playing it against Marin here. Wow, that's really funny. I don't think I've ever had that happen in a viewer special before, but hey, look at that. It's a small world after all. that's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Okay, so looks like we're going to be taking the second turn here. Relatively standard with most Sky Striker builds, especially for this event where we're not playing any other like engines that would make us want to go first or anything. I'll pop it off the Max C right away here, but oof, they've got the call by. It's definitely rough. So, I don't know off the top of my head what the choke point is to Ash Blossom against Marin. It might be one of those decks. There are the occasional combos that somehow Ash Blossom doesn't end up being, like, you know, stopping fully, so... Let's see. Not special summons one from Grave. There is the Angel Link one does add the, you know, Marin's Dispeller Trap, but I think they're about to make it here. The Sea Angel, that one, yeah. Okay, so we'll Ash Blossom that makes sense. See, look at the rest of our hand here. Raw's Afterburner multi-roll. Not the best hand in the world, honestly. Could definitely use a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I mean, we have the Raw's to go into extra deck monsters, so there is at least that much, right? But I don't know. I guess it's a fine hand. It'd be a bit better if we had more spells in grave. Like, an upstart into more spells to put in the graveyard would definitely make this hand a lot better. Okay, yeah, Marin's is doing, you know, just Marin's things. I'm not, it's funny because I've played against the deck a couple of times, but I think I've had disruption for them just about every time. I don't know that I've necessarily firsthand witnessed them go off into the... Okay, Bubble Reef I know is like, yeah, their new boss monster. Turn, during each standby phase, you can banish water monster graveyard. Draw a card, you can't be 600, you can send a 1. Okay, so... We get a draw during our turn, a bit of an attack boost. It's definitely not too bad. Getting a Ray here isn't too bad either. Alright, and then yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, using Ray's effect. That is a little bit risky. It does leave us a little bit vulnerable to called by, but it's not a bad play by any means. I think in this scenario, it was an appropriate risk to take there, for sure. So, because then we also, like, yeah, we had Ash Blossom. If they had called by, they would have played against the Ash Blossom there. So, I think we more or less knew, unless that last draw happened to be Ash, that we didn't have one there. So, alright, yeah, setting up the engage in the graveyard, but they've got the imperm for us. That's a little unfortunate, especially because now Shizuku, we can't get the, what is it? Oh no, we can't actually get an engage, yeah, because we just set it with multi-roll. Okay, cool. So that actually ended up working out. Now we have 2 engages to work with for the next turn there. Yeah, so we actually have a pretty solid setup, despite our hand being seeming a little meh versus the opponent's pretty standard setup. And whoa, I didn't even see what they played there to get all those back. It was, oh, it was the Coral Triangles effect, of course. Yeah, and that got us the 2 and the 1, I see. Okay, gotcha. Alright, let's see what they end up going into here. The Crystal Heart. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I missed it. Hang on. Oh, wait. I know this one. Yeah. It makes your Marinces. It turns them into towers, like I was mentioning in the last game, when referring to the rival Cybers at Ignister as towers. The Crystal Heart turns your Marinces monsters into towers. Good lord, this one being a 4,300 attack point towers. That's pretty disgusting, honestly. Disgustingly good, that is. Alright, let's see. Let's see, we have 2 engages, so that's definitely more than enough, more than likely to get us out of this. I'm just trying to think how we're going to out a towers as Sky Striker. Also, let's see. Special summon. Flip to this card. Oh, wow. Okay, well that happened. Huh, okay, so... No, I'm just like, I didn't realize that Marin's was capable of all this. Like, I knew the deck had gotten a pretty decent, like, power boost, but I didn't realize it was necessarily, like, to this degree, so... It's just interesting to see here, I don't know. Ooh, okay, this is definitely a way to out the towers here, just to make it so it's not able to attack. Oh, that's awesome. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, so now, and we still got 7,800 life points, so, you know. It just doesn't seem like particularly threatening at this point. Okay, adding the Shark Cannon. We've already got, yeah, the Widow Anchor set up face down, so... Oh, I thought we were gonna have enough spells to steal that. Or was Widow Anchor our 3rd spell? No, it was literally our 2nd. I lost way track there. Alright, let's see. It's funny because, like, part of me is just, like, wanting to stay quiet just so I can, like, observe what Marin's is all doing here. Because, like I did mention, I have a fairly passing interest in, or I think I actually mentioned this in the last video I recorded, that I have a fairly passing interest in potentially playing Marin's. The theming seems fun. I really like sea creatures in general. I just love the ocean, so having just an archetype full of just sea-themed monsters is cool. Oh my god, are they going for like an access code on top of the... I mean, they'll have to, right? Oh, and then, yeah, we're able to just drop the Nibiru on them. I was gonna say, I was wondering how we're gonna out this board, but yeah, okay, we got the Nibiru, or how we were not gonna lose, rather. And yeah, we got the Nibiru here, so... Ah, the classic upstart into upstart. Into upstart, question mark? No, not into upstart again. But it's like, ugh, where were those 2 upstarts, like, last turn? It is what it is. Alright, so it looks like the tower's effect, so to speak, has been turned off now, thanks to the, oops, I didn't even see what it was there that we did that with. Was it the Widow Anchor? Yeah, should activate. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, no, it was destroying the Battle Ocean. That's what it was. That's what it is. That's right. It's not the Crystal Heart itself that gives the effect immunity, but it's having Battle Ocean while you have something made with Crystal Heart. That's what it is. So, yeah, by getting rid of that, we're able to turn off the tower's protection, which obviously makes the board much more manageable. And I guess we just decided to concede at that point. So, all right, we definitely take those. So, yeah, it's just funny again that we actually end up seeing a game both with and against you here, Shimi, Texas. So, yeah, all right, that's going to go ahead and do it for the games. Let's go ahead and move now to the outro. Alrighty, thank you everybody for watching all the way to the very end like this. I definitely greatly appreciate that, and I want to give a, of course, special thank you to everyone who submitted games. Yeah, of course, this series could not happen without you all, so the fact that we've been able to keep it going for 21 episodes now, and looking like we're going to be able to keep it going for longer in the future, definitely, it means a lot to me to see this all pan out the way I hoped it would, so... yes, thank you all very, very much for your submissions. Like I said, they are super duper appreciated. And yeah, if you submitted a game and it wasn't featured, feel free to submit another one. There's definitely not any kind of a limit or anything on that. Now, don't spam the same game over and over again, but you can totally submit more games. That's always fine. Fine by me for sure. So. Yeah, I think that's about all the time that I have got for this one. So once again, just genuine thank you to you all regardless of if you're just viewing, if you're if you're commenting, subscribing, submitting games, just your involvement period with the channel means a lot to me and is very, very helpful. So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it. So without further ado, this is XLex. I'm signing out, and I hope you have a fantastic day.